I'm so thrilled to be here. I mean, what better way to get through hump day than being here with all the amazing HAYVN women, and there are men sometimes, right? The one thing, I love HAYVN. One thing about it is once I go there, I don't want to leave and come home. It's so great. But I am home today, and I'm thrilled, and I love the mission and everything Felicia has created. A little bit about myself. I am a freedom warrior, and I love empowering women to feel great and also build their own business. I escaped the corporate world. As Felicia said, I'm a former TV reporter. So I used to be that annoying investigative reporter chasing somebody down with a microphone. Don't worry, speakers, I will not be doing that today. But, I love everything that HAYVN represents, and I was thrilled to be part of this health summit. My business is also an Arbonne one. I'll tell you about that later. It's a vegan health and wellness business, and I'm a national vice president. And I know so many of us are focused on our health for personal reasons, right? It helps add to our happiness and our quality of life. But today I also want to highlight the fact that it impacts our businesses, right? So many of us on here are entrepreneurs, or we have a business in some form. And I'm going to talk about this later when I speak, but this book is a favorite of mine. I don't know how many of you have read it before. It's called Miracle Morning. There's a general one. There's one for all different, specialties, there's sales, writing, whatever. But Hal Elrod, who wrote it, talks a lot about health in it. And I wanted to read you this quote before we start today. It's a fact that the state of your health and fitness is a huge factor in your energy and success levels. Doing what's required to find a steady stream of new customers requires a ton of energy. And this truly is an energy sport. Just like any sport, you need an almost endless supply of energy and stamina. And I know that with the speakers we have lined up today, we're going to help you have that energy and stamina and tackle today and the rest of the week and this month. So here's just a quick rundown of our schedule today. We are going to have a workout class first with Jess Van Sciver, and then we are going to learn about Darien YMCA's Kickstart program. We're going to have a cooking class with Carolyn Eddie, and I've tasted her food. It's amazing. We are going to hear from Samantha Abrams of Om for Wellness. Then you're going to hear from me again on tips for staying healthy while working from home, as so many of us are these days. And then we're going to close it out today with a wonderful guided meditation with Maria Allen. So I am super excited about this. Strap in. I know you are excited too. And our first presenter is Jessica Benedetto. She's the Director of Health and Fitness at the Darien Y. Jessica will be leading us through a rock solid workout class this morning. And yes, we do encourage you to participate with us. With eagerness to provide insight on personal wellness, her goal is to change your life and trigger a ripple effect in spreading health all around. She invites you to join with her in this movement of health and wellness and learn how to live your best life. After her class, Amy Kiser of Jane Street Wellness will be joining Jessica to talk about the Darien Y's upcoming fall Kickstart weight loss program. Through her work as a board-certified holistic nutritionist at Jane Street Wellness, Amy coaches individual clients who want to lose weight or have gastrointestinal and autoimmune conditions and want natural therapies to feel better. So stay tuned to hear more about Jess and Amy's Kickstart program. But for now, take it away, Jessica.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. And I know I just confused everybody because I just changed my last name to Benedetto. So I was a Van Sciver. And I'm also excited to introduce you to somebody else that is living inside of me right now. So you're going to be working out with me as well as my soon-to-be born daughter in December. So let's get moving. We're going to start with a quick warm up, and then we're going to work our legs, our core, and do a little bit of cardio. So this is going to be a very quick workout, but I promise you it will not lack intensity. So we're gonna bring our hands behind our head. We're gonna start with good mornings. Feet are about hip width apart. What you're gonna do is you're gonna push those hips back, feel that stretch in your hamstrings, and then zip back up. Squeeze your glutes all the way back down, and then lift. Just get those hamstrings open. I'm gonna start my timer. Really think about pushing that tailbone back and reaching the crown of the head forward here. Really feel that stretch in those hamstrings. You got 3 more. Give me 2. And then last one. Nice job. We're going to widen out those feet a little bit more. What we're going to do is we're going to go right into a squat. And then we're going to drop our right leg back into a lunge. And then back into that squat. And then switch. Getting those legs nice and warm. Those glutes. Keep your core nice and strong. Spine is tall. We got 20 more seconds of these. Keep alternating legs on those lunges. Push those hips back. Reach for that imaginary chair for that squat. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to take a swim back with those arms, opening up our shoulders to reach all the way back, and then switch. Just swim back, really open up. Feel free to rotate a little bit in the spine. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. We're going to drop down into a high plank. So you're going to stack those hands right underneath your shoulders. Feet are about hip width apart. Lift that head up, pull the belly in. I know it doesn't look like I am, but I promise you I'm hugging my belly in. Lengthen as much as you can here. Squeeze those legs, squeeze your glutes. Breathe. 10 more seconds here. Try to maintain that alignment, shoulders right over those hands. All right, we're gonna open up those hamstrings a little bit more. Push back into a downward dog. Open up, and then come right back to that high plank. Activating those shoulders. Opening up our hamstrings a little bit more. This should feel good. Feel free to hang out in that downward dog a little bit more if you want to. Give me 2 more. Last one. Drop down onto those knees. Last warm up here. Tabletop position. We're going to alternate bird dogs. Reach opposite arm, opposite leg. Back down to the floor and switch. Pull the core in. Think about pushing the floor away here with that opposite arm and opposite hand as you reach. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, so you guys should be nice and warm. So what I'm gonna do is, this is how I teach. I'm gonna demonstrate the movement, and then I'm gonna come to the screen and coach you guys through any corrections that need to happen. Alrighty? So we're gonna start with a 5-minute AMRAP. AMRAP stands for as many rounds as possible. 2 exercises. We're gonna start with skater lunges. You've got 20. So you're gonna lunge back, cross back, drop your hips, keep your chest lifted, and then switch, okay? You're gonna add a little hop here. You've got 20 total. If you need to, you could just stay here and avoid that impact, alrighty? Second exercise, we're gonna do forward and back lunges. Hands on your hips, nice and tall here. You're gonna lunge forward, push against the floor, and then drop back into a back lunge. You've got 5 on each leg. So this is 1, 2, alrighty? So 5 total on each side. So 20 skaters, 5 forward and back lunges on each side, 5 minutes on the clock. You're just gonna keep repeating. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Skaters to start. 20 reps here. Nice, you guys. Really sit into those glutes, keeping that chest lifted here. And again, if you need to avoid that impact, you can always just do a back lunge and walk it out here. Nice work, Maria. Nice tall spine on those lunges. Nice, Britton. Nice pace. Nice, Teresa. Way to power through these. After those 20, you guys have those forward and back lunges. 5 on each leg. Now each lunge counts as 1. Nice, Barbara. Nice work. These are going to test your stability a lot here. Keep that core engaged. Keep it nice and strong. Nice work, you guys. As you lunge down, think about lifting tall through that spine. Reaching the crown of your head to the sky. You're going to feel those legs start to wake up soon. 5 on each leg. And then after those 5, you're going right back to those 20 skaters. Those get your heart rate up. Nice, Kathleen. Nice lunges there. Nice work. Nice, Deborah. Nice movement right into those skaters. We're almost at 2 minutes. Keep going. Nice, and nice flow with these skater lunges. I want everybody to check in with your core. Think about pulling that belly button in towards your spine. And Britton, you hug the baby in. Keep going here. Nice work. Stay strong. We just hit the 2-minute mark. Keep repeating these reps. 20 skaters, 5 forward and back lunges on each leg. Almost halfway. Nice work. Spine is tall. Dropping that back knee straight down as you lunge. We are past the halfway mark. So I want you guys to check in with your arms too. Think about an athlete, right? Keeping those arms moving during those skaters. But then when you're going into those lunges, you want to think about placing your hands on your hips or out to the side to help with that stability, trying to keep them stable. Nice, Felicia, nice work. I love that people are doing this in their work clothes. It's making me smile so much. I love it. Keep going. We just hit 3 minutes. You have 2 more minutes left of this. Those legs should be talking to you by now. Keep going. You got it. You might feel a little sweaty at this point. Nice, Maria. Way to go right into each rep here. Kathleen's using her hands as fans right now. You got it. 1.5 minutes to go, you guys. Stay strong here. Skaters and forward and back lunges. Okay, again, on those skaters, you can always avoid the hop and just stay with that cross back lunge. Really think about keeping that chest tall, spine is long, reaching up as you lunge back every time. We are almost at the minute mark here, and we just hit it. 1 minute here, 1 minute left. Stay strong. Nice, Barb. Nice work on that spine. Really tall here. Nice job, Anne. Nice pace on these skaters. Keep going, everyone. 25 seconds left. That's it, 25 seconds. Carolyn's food looks really good right about now. Keep going. Hang in there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Shake out those legs. Those quads and glutes might feel this tomorrow. we're gonna move forward with some core work. So we're gonna do hip taps, 10 on each side. I'm gonna give you guys a modification for this as well. So you're gonna stack your feet together. We're gonna come up into a side plank here. All right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna reach those hips down and up, okay? Down and up. The key here is to get a nice stretch in that oblique, right? That muscle that wraps around the side of our core. And then as you lift, contract it. If you need to, you can drop that bottom knee. This is a modification here. And lift up here, all righty? You also wanna make sure that shoulder stays in line right over your elbow. So you're gonna do 10 on each side. And then we're gonna come into a low plank onto our elbows, and we're gonna do 10 plank walks. So you're gonna come into a low plank, pull the core in. You're gonna step out with your right leg, then out with your left, then in with your right, in with your left. So you're gonna do 10 leading with the right, and then 10 leading with the left. Okay, so I lied, 20 total. Alrighty, so 10 hip taps on each side, and then 10 plank walks in that low plank on each side. You guys ready? We're gonna go for 4 minutes. That's it, 4 minutes total. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Hip taps to start. Think about stretching the muscle and then lifting up those hips, contracting the muscle as you lift. 10 on each side. And then you have those 10 plank walks on each leg. Nice work. Squeeze those abs as you lift. Pull the belly in. Try to keep that alignment as best as possible. And again, if you need to take that modification, by all means, this is your workout, so you can drop that knee if needed. Plank walks are next. So you're going to get into that low plank. And you're going to lead with your right leg to start. Walk out and in. 10 to the right, and then switch. 10 to the left. Alrighty. Nice work. Stay strong here throughout the core. And also don't forget about those legs in that plank here. You want to think about squeezing your glutes, even though they're probably tired from what we just did. I want you to pull through with those muscles here. Really think about them and all of the muscle groups that are working on these planks here. Nice, Teresa. Nice form on these side planks. We hit 1.5 minutes. So we're almost halfway. Stay strong here. Squeeze those abs. Nice work, you guys. These look awesome. There's a bunch of strong women in this group right here. Those plank walks are next after those hip taps, 10 on each side, and then 10 plank walks on each side. Halfway, we just made it. 2 more minutes left here. Keep going. Stay strong. Nice work. Keep that head lifted on that plank, right? So that neck stays in line with your spine. Those shoulders are going to get a workout here too. So this is upper body and core, right? We worked the legs. Now we're working upper body and core. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. All righty. Side plank hip taps. Really think about getting that stretch in your obliques here. So your obliques wrap around your back a little bit as well. So we're targeting that lower back on this workout too, not just your obliques, those side muscles in your core, but part of your back as well, your shoulders, and your heart too. That's a big muscle. Keep going here. You guys have 45 seconds left. 45 seconds, that's it. Keep going, stay strong. All right, so I want you to check in with your breath here. Get some oxygen to those muscles. Take some big deep breaths in through the nose, out through your mouth. Try to calm your heart rate down, right? So we're really working your muscle groups here. We're stressing your body out a little bit in a good way, but you can control that by checking in with your breath here. Big deep breaths. 10 seconds, you guys, that's it. 10 seconds, stay moving. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Woo! Alrighty, so we're gonna shake it all up now. We have one more thing planned. We're gonna do something called Tabata. So Tabata is an interval. It's a 20-second interval, right? So you're gonna work as hard as you can in 20 seconds, and then you're gonna have 10 seconds of rest until that second interval starts, all right? We've got 3 exercises, all cardio. We're gonna shake it out. We've got jumping jacks, squat jumps, and mountain climbers. We're gonna do 3 rounds through, 20 seconds of each, 10 seconds of rest in between. So the first exercise, jumping jacks, you're just gonna bring those arms up, legs out, and just stay here. Do as many reps as you can in those 20 seconds. Second exercise, we're gonna do a squat jump, okay? Push the hips back into a squat, jump up, and then land into a squat. You could also just stay here and go right into a calf raise. Still working the same muscles, you're still gonna get your heart rate up. Third exercise, we have mountain climbers. So high plank, activating those arms and core again. Drive those knees in, okay? You can also just stay here if you need to. And you can also do high knees if that feels better to you. Alrighty, so here we go, starting with those jumping jacks for 20 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, go. So this is gonna get your heart rate up. So what we did was we worked our muscle groups really well. We used up our body's glycogen, stored carbohydrates in all that strength training. And now we're gonna use fat as fuel during this cardio. And rest, 10 seconds to rest. We have those squat jumps next. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, go. Nice job, hips reach back for that chair. Again, you could do a regular squat into a calf raise here if you need to avoid that impact for any reason. 5 seconds. You got it, you guys. These look awesome. 3, 2, 1. Rest for 10. Mountain climbers are next. High plank. Drive those knees in. Jog it out here. In 3, 2, 1. Go. Check in with your shoulder alignment here. Make sure those shoulders are right over those hands. Nice, you guys. Nice adjustment, Maria. Nice, Teresa. 5 more seconds here, you guys. 3, 2, 1. 1 round down. 2 more to go. That's it. 2 more. And then we'll take a breather. Back to those jumping jacks in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds here. You guys got it. Stay strong. Check in with your breath. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest, shake it out. 10 seconds. We're going right into those squat jumps. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips back. Reach for the floor. Land in a nice squat here. And if you want, you could just stay in that squat into a calf raise, whichever level you want to take. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Shake it out. 5 seconds. We're going into those mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1. Jog it out here. 20 seconds. Breathe. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, you guys, one last round. Let's finish strong. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Keep breathing. You got it. Stay strong. Last round. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Squat jumps are next. 2 more, you guys. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Go. All right. I'm going to stay with the modification. Squat into a calf raise here. 10 seconds. Breathe. We are so close to the finish line. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Last one. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers. Jog it out. We're so close. Big deep breaths here. Finish strong, ladies. You got this. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Drop down onto those knees. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to calm our heart rate down. We're going to do some cat cows. Inhale as you arch your back. Exhale as you curve that spine. Big inhale as you arch. Big exhale as you curve. Give me a few more here. Move with your breath. Come back to that neutral spine. Dig those toes into the ground. Press your hips up into a downward dog. Drop your head. Let those heels relax into the floor. Take a big deep breath in. As you exhale, let those heels relax a little bit more. Slowly walk your hands in towards your feet. Bend your knees, roll up nice and slowly. Let's take 2 big deep breaths here. Reaching up, inhale. Big exhale. 1 more, big inhale. And exhale. Whew. You guys did awesome. That was such hard work. You are very strong women. And it was such a pleasure to work out with all of you. So thank you for letting me be a part of your day.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.
So we are also going to talk about the fall Kickstart program that we are offering. And I get to work with Amy Kiser, who I worked with in the past before, and we've had a ton of success in past programs that we worked with together, just helping people reach their fitness goals, losing weight, burning fat. So I'm so excited to be working with her this fall. Starting next week, we are running a program called Fall Kickstart. So it's going to be 2 workouts a week virtually and 1 health coaching session a week virtually. And essentially what we're going to do is we're also going to send you guys weekly workout schedule. So you're going to be in contact with us constantly throughout your journey with this Kickstart. So it's 6 weeks long. Sorry, I'm still catching my breath. 6 weeks long. And it's a little something just to kind of get you back on track after a fun summer, hopefully fun summer, and a long quarantine. So, and it's all virtual. So it's safe, and it's just a way to kind of connect and sweat and smile and be healthy for 6 weeks. And then we're also going to help you kind of continue your journey after those 6 weeks as well. So,
yeah, anyway, yeah, Jess, that was an awesome workout, and Jess's energy is amazing, and I think that you guys will find that, and if you did Lean Machine, she actually led workouts for that from January through March. That was another program. It was a little different than this because it actually had small groups in person, But at the same time, the workouts are still going to be the great quality that they were during Lean Machine, and so are the nutrition sessions. So just to tell you a little bit more about the nutrition aspect of the program, I'm actually a board certified holistic nutritionist, and I've worked with the Y for over 2 years. And you'll get a diet to follow with specific foods, just a list so that it's not too prescriptive if you really want to use some creativity and have some latitude. So you'll have always and sometimes foods on the list. You'll also get a meal plan though if you want something that's a little more structured. So they'll get 7 days worth of recipes and also a shopping list so that and you can pick and choose or just follow it strictly. You'll also get, which is new this time, is a list of prepared foods from local vendors like Four Forks and Palmer's and Carolyn's Fab Foods that you can eat so that you don't have to cook, but you'll still be eating healthy. So many people talk to me about the fact that they're so sick of cooking during COVID. And so that way you'll have a list of things that you can buy and have on hand so you don't have to cook all of this all the time. So we're really excited about the program. We think it's going to be a huge success, especially since everybody seems to be focused on health right now. September's kind of like the new January. So with kids going back to school, at least partly, kind of, we're hoping that you focus on your health even more than ever. And most of these things, honestly, your family would love too. So it's a great program for everybody.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. I know there's going to be also a link that's sent out about the program as well, but feel free to reach out with any questions you have. Either me or Amy can help you out. And we hope you join. We hope you join and be a part of this fall Kickstart.
That was fabulous, ladies. And if any of you have questions, please put them in the chat. And Britton is going to monitor those for us. And throughout this morning, definitely put your questions there and we will take a look and we can ask the speakers. So that was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of the people who doesn't want to cook, although I'm sure that our next presenter is going to definitely inspire me. And her name is Carolyn Eddie, and many of you know her. She owns Carolyn's Absolutely Fabulous Events, and she is sharing ideas for creating healthy and delicious breakfasts using that old staple oatmeal. So through her work at Carolyn's Absolutely Fabulous Events, she offers bespoke catering in the lower Fairfield County area. And you can learn more about her offerings at Carolyn's Absolutely Fabulous Events or through her Instagram, which I love, Carolyn's Fab Foods. So if you've been at HAYVN, you've tasted her foods or seen the presentation. It's so amazing. Take it away, Carolyn. Show us what you have today.
All right, thanks, Amy, for that presentation. I'm trying to see if I can get on the big screen. Can you all hear me?
So guys, you can do speaker view. Just make sure you're on speaker view so you can see the speakers.
Right. This is me being a newbie here. Oh, go away, all these little messages coming up. Oh, shoot. No, I think I've just come off Zoom. I'm trying to do something. Let me turn the notifications off. No, it's fine. Just let me just do this. Okay, sorry guys, bit of a technical problem there. Right, so this morning we're not going to do much with cooking, but I am going to introduce you to that fabulous Scottish staple oatmeal. And we're going to do like oatmeal 3 different ways. Now, I have to confess that growing up in Scotland, most oatmeal or porridge was basically oatmeal, water, a little bit of salt, and if you were feeling generous, you can maybe put a little bit of milk over it. So it was never my favorite breakfast. But then when I came to Darien, one of my friends invited me around, and she did this like souped up version of oatmeal or porridge, and she put fruit and yogurt and nuts and a little bit of maple syrup on it, and it was like a completely different animal. So it became one of our staples here, and what was quite sweet was when my husband was traveling to work, both here and when we used to live in Copenhagen, I would actually send him off to work every morning with a little thermos flask with oatmeal, and then I put all the different toppings on. So that was always, and I think if anybody follows me on Instagram, that was my Instagram account at one stage. I've now moved on to what I serve my husband for lunch, but it used to be what I serve him for breakfast. So that's one thing. And then when we got to the US, Copenhagen. We were traveling one day and we went through Switzerland, and my husband picked up this, you know, something from the deli at the airport, and it was like this Berkshire Muesli, and he was going, oh, I love Berkshire Muesli, and I'm thinking, excuse me, but why haven't I heard about that? It's what we now know here in the US as overnight oats, which has become like really popular everywhere. But seriously, I had no idea it existed until about 3 years ago. So we transitioned from making little pots of oatmeal to little pots of overnight oats. Now, I will say most of the overnight oats were more like 2-hour oats, because for some reason I could never remember to do them at night. So I would only ever do them first thing in the morning. And again, he would go off in Copenhagen on his bike with his little thermos. And the third thing we're going to talk about with oats is I have just got into homemade granola. So these are all really simple things, guys. I hear you saying about cooking. Even I am fed up with cooking, okay? Because it just never ends. Breakfast, a little bit more fun, healthy, but I'm a big believer in that half the battle is eating real food with real ingredients. So I'm going to show you how to put things together and maybe make them a little bit more interesting as well. So the first thing we're going to start off with, and I've just got some oatmeal here, and this is just plain oatmeal with water, but you can put milk in it. And again, this was something that we did when Catherine was rowing. She used to row at university when she was at high school. And one of the things that we were allowed to feed the girls when we went off to regattas was oatmeal. And then what they would do was just put all sorts of toppings. So I'm just going to take a bowl of oatmeal, and we are going to put a little bit of Greek yogurt. Now, Greek yogurt's brilliant because it's got protein in it. And then I'm going to do something slightly different with this one, because also in Copenhagen, they had all these fabulous different types of shops that I'd never heard of before. And one of them was called grød, which is Danish for porridge. And they made all sorts of different things. So again, my eyes were opened. And one of the ones that they did was they took bananas. Again, carbs for all that. Sorry, I did the workout. I did the warm up for the workout, but I've already run this morning, so I gave myself a little off. And I have made some homemade caramel sauce. So I'm not saying that we use a lot of it, but I'm talking just a little drizzle. So just something to sweeten up the oatmeal. And then just to finish that off, I've got some dark chocolate, and my favorite dark chocolate is Trader Joe's. It's fabulous bars. So as we know, we're allowed a little dark chocolate. That's meant to be very healthy for us. And so I've just grated that. And for that, I just use potato peeler, or you could just use a knife. And we're just going to do a little bit. So I know it looks a little bit more like dessert, but that is one option for oatmeal. So that's bananas, a little bit of caramel sauce, Greek yogurt, and chocolate. I like that one. So the next thing we're going to look at, and what I'm going to say, guys, is if you follow me in Carolyn's Fab Foods, I will post all the recipes, and I will give the guys at HAYVN recipes as well. So you don't need to worry about it. But I mean, most of my things aren't really recipes. They're more just throwing things together. Overnight oats. And like I say, this is more of a 3-hour oats because I suddenly realized I hadn't done it. But and the other thing as well is I make them daily. This is the sort of thing you could make the beginning of the week and then just use what you need. So again, very, very simple. You take some oats, and for most of the time, I just use these oats, the regular rolled oats, the whole grain ones. I did discover that Palmer's have got Scottish oatmeal, and this is a much finer grain. I will say it makes really, really, really nice overnight oats, but it's a bit tricky to kind of pin down, but that's Bob's Red Mill oatmeal. So for most of the time I just use the stuff you pick up in Whole Foods or Stop and Shop or Trader Joe's. And to that, let me show you how easy this is to make. Yeah, this is not really a recipe. You just put a little bit, and I tend to eyeball it, a bit of oatmeal. And what you can do as well is, and this is a mix, but you can add in like hemp seeds and chia. And I got this one. I just found this. My daughter's really into health food. So that's actually a chia and flax mix that Whole Foods do. And you can buy these seeds anywhere these days. And you can just put a little bit of that in too. And then to that, I'm using almond milk. You can use almond milk, or in fact, let me use oat milk, it's nice too. So oat milk, so any of that, like the dairy free. You could use ordinary milk as well, and sometimes you can put apple juice or orange juice, but I tend to just stick with, so just put enough in to cover it. Give it a little stir. And then that just sits, and the oats absorb the liquid. So that's just what you make, and you can put that again in the fridge the night before. This concept, which is like in Europe is known as Berkshire Muesli, was pioneered by Dr. Berkshire, who ran like a sort of one of your original health farms in Switzerland. And he used to have all sorts of things like grated apple and nuts and you know, I think apple juice went into his original recipe. But so that's the base of it there. And I'm going to just put that to one side because in best tradition, I have some that I started earlier. And again, you could actually just even leave them in these jars. These are kind of super cute, as you recognize them from the jam jars. But with this one, I am going to do just a little bit. So my favorite toppings for this would be fresh fruit. I would then again put a little bit of Greek yogurt, and if you're trying to avoid dairy, you could use some of like the excellent coconut yogurts that they do. But here, this time of the year, one of the things I love to do is take plums. So these are some plums that I had earlier in the week, and I just, one of the things I like doing with this is you can control the sugar. So I just cut the plums up and added just enough sugar to start caramelizing them, but not so much, so they're still quite tart. That's probably enough. So I've done that with plums. I've done that with peaches. So I just have these in the fridge. And yesterday when I went to look at my fresh fruit for this demonstration tonight, I discovered my strawberries. At this time of the year, it seems to be they last about a day in the fridge. So I've done the same with strawberries. So I've just taken them, if you can see them here. I've just taken them, again, just a tiny little bit of sugar and turned them into a syrup. And these should stay good in the fridge for like 3 or 4 days. So you can batch all that, then just put them away. So with this one, the plum, we can choose a syrup. And again, you have many, many choices. There's agave syrup would be quite nice. A friend has just gifted me a blueberry syrup. And you don't have to put syrup. This is probably actually sweet enough on its own. I'm a big lover of maple syrup. And it's just a little, again, a little touch of sweetness. And then I like to finish off with some nuts. Oh, and I was forgetting, you could say with a porridge, you could put some nuts on too. So here I have just, again, Trader Joe's excellent source of nuts. You've got the regular almonds. You've got, I use these honey toasted ones all the time. And one of my own personal favorites is the candied pecans. And just put a little bit of nuts over that. And there we are, very, very straightforward, very, very simple, 2 incredibly healthy breakfasts. My husband has a choice this morning. How are we doing for time? Plenty of time. I can't hear anyone. So the last thing,
you still have a couple minutes.
Well, the last thing I was just going to mention is I have just made granola for the first time and discovered it's really, really easy. And one of the reasons I did it was because, I don't know, after Bare Naked became terribly successful in Darien, a small company that started in their garage and then went to be bought out by Kellogg's for about 8 million. Everybody is making granola now. So you go into the stores and there's like a whole aisle, and yet honestly, I can never find one that I want because they have cinnamon in it, or they have vanilla, or they have too many nuts, or there's just, so the solution, make your own. So I did that this morning while we were just setting up. And I've discovered, let me clear this stuff out of the way. I've discovered that the basis of granola is a base recipe with just a few ingredients. And after that, you can add anything that you want. So I'm going to again put all this recipes here. This is just a mix of, again, our wonderful Scottish favourite oatmeal. And then this has got some shredded coconut in it. And the first time I tried it, I put the nuts in at the same time, but I found that they caught really easily and they burnt. So I'm going to add, in fact, I'm going to add these honey roasted nuts afterwards, because I think that, you know, they've already been cooked by Trader Joe's, so they're all done. And I'm going to, so you mix that with some oil and again, your choice of sweetener. I used maple syrup. And at the end, you can now put in anything else that you want. So dates, apricots, any other dried fruit you want, and nuts. And I think Teresa had some of this earlier. Anyway, so that's it. So again, you don't want to put nuts on top of your breakfast cereal, a little bit of homemade granola. Are we done?
Wow. Yep, that was fabulous.
Sorry,
Not to use your word.
Anyway, has anybody got any questions? So I feel very honoured to be part of this. I'm never quite sure I really fall into the healthy category, but I do have this thing that if you just eat food, just like buy food and just cook food, and you don't need to do anything. As soon as you start going down the processed route, you're just, you know.
Carolyn, we do have a question from Moira. Do you recommend steel cut, Irish oats, or regular rolled oats? Which hold up better with the texture for overnight oats?
For overnight oats, you know, the steel cut is something that I've not been used to, because that's definitely, Ireland does this with Scotland. Ireland takes all the things that Scotland does and just makes them fun. You know, so you go into the store and it's Irish oats. Excuse me, it's Scottish oats we should be looking for. I have never made it with the steel cut oats, to be honest, because they require like about 3 hours of cooking. And, you know, so I'm not convinced that they're soft, but if you try them, let me know. I tend to just use this rolled oats stuff here because it seems to be a bit more straightforward. So I probably wouldn't recommend it, but if that's all you had, they probably are just going to take a little bit longer to soak.
Okay, great. Any other questions, Britton? I don't see any.
Nope, we're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carolyn. Okay, who's hungry out there now? When you did the first one, I'm like, I want that one. Then the second one, I'm like, no, I want that. No, I want the granola. Okay. It's a good thing we did the workout, right? So thank you so much.
Post-workout food.
Exactly. All right, thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you.
If you just want to mute yourself, that would be great. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on now to our next presenter, who is Samantha Abrams of Om for Wellness. Samantha will be sharing on setting fall intentions that can help you harness the healing energy of the fall season. I know the fall is my favorite season. I don't know about you guys, but through her work at Om for Wellness, she empowers others toward wholeness by facilitating healing and connection through movement, body work, and intuitive coaching. You can learn more about her offerings at www.om, so that's OHM, for FOR, wellness.com. So take it away, Samantha.
Thank you so much. So nice to be here with all of you this morning. Again, my name is Samantha Abrams, and I run Om for Wellness, which again has become more of an online endeavor, but I am working in person with people again, which is wonderful. So again, this morning is going to be about setting intentions for the fall season, which is the season of harvest. So it's all about kind of working with and tapping into the natural healing qualities that fall has to offer. So today I'll be guiding you through a reflection that can provide wise direction as you move through this fall season. So really you're simply going to listen, explore, and clarify the intention that can be a guiding light and bring focus to the qualities of the fall, which again, I'm going to name a few. And as you're listening today, just notice what resonates with you. And if something doesn't resonate with you, just kind of let it go. So kind of take this whole exercise that we do today very easily. So some of the qualities of the fall are organization, setting limits, protecting boundaries, finishing projects, enjoying the results of your hard work, letting go of anything you may be holding on to so that you can make room for new experiences that will help you to learn, grow, and feel more joyfully on purpose as you move through into the holiday season and also the remainder of 2020. So to start, please just get something to note, whatever you'd like to write down, whether it's pen and paper, whatever device you're currently using, or even your phone, if you'd like. And I'll be asking you to bring your hands in contact with your body, but feel free to write down or make notes whenever you'd like. And then you can always return to closing your eyes, connecting to your body, and directing your attention to whatever you're feeling, whatever you're noticing or sensing along the way. So now you can just relax. Go ahead and close your eyes if you'd like, and simply listen to the directions. So giving yourself permission to let your mind and heart be open to a very effortless and receptive way. Soften your attention and place your hands at the middle of your chest at your heart center. Just begin to listen. Notice what you feel under your hands. Temperature, tone, sensation, heartbeat. Just feel your body. And notice some areas may feel at ease, while you may perceive tension in other areas. And either way, just notice. Nothing to do about it. You're just feeling and listening inward. And now your breath. Focus your feeling attention to where you can most easily feel and follow the breath, moving in and out of your body. Continue to keep your attention focused within your body and breath as you listen. Inhaling and exhaling. Simply and gently. Noticing what comes up for you as you direct your attention to just being with yourself. Slowing down, bringing an open awareness to your inner experience. And keeping an inward focus, consider what aspect of your life you'd like to focus on in relation to harnessing the healing qualities of fall. And I'm going to give you some choices. I'd like you to select the one that feels the most significant to you at this time. The part of your life where you'd like more direction or clarity, or the part of your life you'd like to be able to focus on with a simple, positive intention. So listen to all 4 areas, and then you're going to write down the one that you'd like to choose to focus on today. So the first is your physical body or health. The second is your mental or emotional balance or well-being. The third is relationships, whether family, friends, or in business. And the fourth is your career, passion, or purpose. So pick one of these, and I'll say them again. The first is physical health. The second is mental emotional well-being. The third is relationships. And the fourth is career, passion, or purpose. So now write down what you decided to focus on and take the next couple of minutes to reflect on the following questions. And you can write down or record your answers. I'll give you about 60 seconds. So not super long answers, just whatever comes up. And you don't have to write on all of them. But the first one to reflect or write on is, why do you want or need to focus attention on this part of your life? So whatever life area you chose, why is it that you want to focus positive attention on that? Again, just taking another minute or so to either reflect or write down your answer to that question. And then the second question is, why do you believe more clarity or direction about this part of your life would be helpful? Just noticing what comes up. And if nothing does come up about it, you can just be with yourself. Again, it's always fine to just return to closing your eyes, feeling within, noticing what's going on in your body. And the third question, if you had a positive intention or greater clarity about this area of your life, what would it allow you to feel or be or do or achieve? Just envisioning that for yourself. And now you can put your pen or writing device down, return to closing your eyes, returning your attention to your body. And where is the area of your life showing up in your physical body? So keep this very simple. Whatever is going on in the area of your life you chose to focus on today, where is it connected to or resonating with your physical body? And bring your feeling attention to the first area of your body where your attention is drawn. Again, keep it that simple. Don't think about it, just feel instead and trust your body will bring you right there. And whatever area came up, place one hand there. Notice if there's a second area. If there is, you can place the other hand or your fingers in contact with that area. And if not, just bring your second hand in contact with the same area of your body where your first hand is. And you're simply going to bring a gentle awareness, a kind and caring attention to this area of your body. Allowing your thinking mind to take a break, just listen to whatever comes up for you. And just to remind you, with any question I offer you, you can either reflect on it or write on it. So the autumn season brings the healing energy of gathering and elimination. It's an opportune time to begin to unwind and recollect yourself. So reflect on what you planted in the spring that you can harvest from now. Notice what comes up around that inquiry. Or what may have been planted in your life in the spring that you can gather from now. Listening inward, noticing the inhale moving in and out. begin to reflect with a softer sense of observation. Witnessing, just listen. And whatever you're reflecting on from the spring, how do you want to carry that forward through the fall? Give yourself permission to open to a bountiful vision for the remainder of the year. Autumn reminds us that flexibility and adaptability are crucial for staying healthy and balanced, going into the deeper introspective winter months ahead. And this is a good time to prepare by completing unfinished projects, clearing away clutter and debris, considering where you need to gather or restore or refuel, which also includes nourishing and nurturing your spirit. So are there any rituals or routines that you'd like to return to or create? Again, listening within, listening under your hands. Have you become aware of any negative patterns that don't serve your higher goals? Ones that might serve you well to let go of or just simply be more aware of. And at the physical level, fall is associated with the energy of the lungs and the large intestines. Relating to the lungs, to be properly inspired is to receive the full inhale. So regarding the area of your life you chose to focus on today, feeling your body under your hands, fully exhale to release old, stale air. And just notice what comes to you with the inquiry. Are there any old preconceived notions? Again, that exhale is about letting go, clearing out, cleaning out. Are there any outdated ideas that aren't working for you like they used to in this particular area of your life that you're shining a light on today? Just listen, notice what comes up. Giving yourself permission to fully exhale, to create space, and fully inhale, effortlessly receive the revitalizing breath of life. And relating to the large intestines, this is the part of your body that can discriminate between what you need and what must be eliminated. When the body is cleansed of toxic matter or waste, it can receive the more refined breath energy brought in by the lungs. So in regard to the life area you're focusing on today, what's the priority need? Listen to your body. Let your hands help you perceive what you need. Again, relating to the fall, is the need more about elimination or gathering? Is the priority need more about letting go or receiving, or maybe a little bit of both? So starting to sense how or where you can be more flexible and adaptable in this particular area of your life. And you can note in a very simple sentence, the priority need for this area is, and then kind of fill in the blank. What's the priority need? And just taking another 30 seconds or so with that. And all of these, you can always do a little bit of a deeper dive later on based on the notes that you're writing down now. But in this time and space, you're just getting that general intuitive information back. It's not a lot of thinking. It's more feeling into your body and noticing. So based on that need, what will be the most powerful intention that can guide you throughout this fall so that you can harvest all that you've sown since the beginning of the year in this big year of 2020? So again, you can write that down. And what is the attitude or quality that will be most helpful for you to carry forward with you? So what does taking action towards meeting that need, that priority need, look like? You can write down one action, or maybe a simple one-word reminder or a simple phrase that you can keep bringing your attention back to keep that intention or focus. Or maybe an image or memory comes to mind. So just listen and write down the quality or attitude or intention that's the most powerful guide for you this fall. You can practice returning your awareness to this positive healing intention throughout your day, starting today, but also over the next few weeks, and continue to let it reveal more to you and help you work with the energy of the fall season and your own personal harvest. So thank you so much for letting me share and guide you through this exercise today. And if you want to share with the group, you can always post in the chat maybe what your priority, your life priority area was, and then what the intention that's going to be helpful for you to carry forward around it is, just to share with the group, or if you have any other questions. Thanks, guys.
That was wonderful, Samantha. Does anybody have any questions for her in the chat?
There aren't any right now, but Samantha, I actually have a question, and then we'll see if anybody thinks of anything. But this work, this setting intentions and journaling and kind of just taking time with yourself, do you have any recommendations on when and how often people should do exercises like these?
Sure, that's a great question, Britton. So I use some form of meditation every day, and sometimes it's strictly listening, and then sometimes there are days where I just feel like I need that intuitive feedback and guidance. So if I have the simple intention to I actually did this with my husband, so I'll use him as an example. So the intention that came to him was moving more and having more discipline when it comes to nutrition. So it's like using that for however many weeks going forward that it takes to feel like you improve in that area of your life. So it's, once you get the intention, I think the more powerful aspect of it is putting it into action. So for the first day, it might not be making any external changes, but just starting to think about, okay, well, where am I not disciplined? Where have I kind of fallen off the wagon in my nutrition, for example? And maybe it could be something as simple as, well, I don't drink enough water, so I'm going to drink some more water starting today. And then once you start doing that, you'll start to get feedback about how easy or difficult it is to do that. So I always err on the side of making small changes and taking your time. And then when you feel like you're ready to add a different intention or more in, then go from there. Because again, life is so demanding already. So if you're going to work towards changing yourself, even if it feels like it's something that should be easy, oftentimes it's not. So I always think, you know, taking your time and really paying attention to how much you can handle is really helpful.
Thank you. And I'll just read this real quick, but Carolyn said that her focus was family, especially her children. And her daughter came in during the presentation and said she'd love to be involved. If she had known it was all of this, she would love to do this more. So actually, I was going to say, if you want to talk about real quick your upcoming HAYVN halftime, which is a little different, but.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That's a little different for me also, but it's something that I'm really passionate about, is working with animals. And the thing, so I don't have children myself, but the segment that I'm going to be doing, I think, can lend itself to working with your children also, or getting them involved in, how can they start listening to their bodies and being connected to their bodies, and just being more aware of that internal healing system that we all have. So again, in my next HAYVN halftime, I'm going to be working with my dog. But part of it is also learning how you can be more perceptive, which with animals that don't have words to communicate, but it's sometimes also true of our own personal intuition. A lot of times that can be communicated more through our bodies or through images that we can't put language to, and being more perceptive about our children too. So again, I'm excited to share about that coming up.
I'm going to put a link to that event. And then we also have some of our other people that are presenting today will be doing future halftime events. So I'll put those links in the chat right now.
Great. Thanks, Britton. And thank you, Samantha. I love everything you talked about, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit myself with what I'm talking about today. So I'm next up on the list. And I just want to say again, guys, that being an entrepreneur is a marathon, right? So staying healthy and boosting your energy is everything. So ultimately, it will help you be a badass in your business. And who wants that? Like, everybody wants that, right? Right. So I want to tell you a little bit about my background and why I'm so passionate about this and what brought me to this place. So I'm a freedom warrior, and the reason I chose that name for my business is because I kind of escaped a crazy lifestyle, right? So I used to be a TV reporter, like Felicia said, and sometimes people think that's glamorous, like you have your own makeup person following you around and it's not much work. It is physically and emotionally demanding. You work a crazy schedule, and I thought, wow, I can never have a family doing this. And so I left that, went to the corporate world, worked for Pepsi, and I then was on an airplane every day. And so then I thought, okay, this isn't going to work. And I left there after a few years and went to Vassar College, where I was the editorial director. So I did that for a while, and I was pulling into the driveway at night and my son was going to sleep. He was a baby. And my sister approached me about Arbonne. And honestly, I made fun of her. So I don't know how many of you have sisters right out there. And I was like, I will never do that. But I did end up, I met the type of women who did it. I fell in love with the products. They're vegan and plant-based. And I thought, wow, these are really smart women living their life by design. I couldn't afford to be a stay-at-home mom, but I started this and on the side, and now I've been doing it full time for 10 years. So I have a team that stretches across the US and Canada with hundreds of amazing consultants. And I'm so grateful for the time freedom I have. I'm a single divorced mom, and that's why I run Strong Savvy Women, which is an empowerment group for divorced, single, widowed women. And my son is remote learning full time. He hasn't come in here yet, so it's a good day so far, right? So I wanted a healthier lifestyle, and I have it now. Just a little bit about Arbonne. I'm a national vice president. If you haven't heard of us, we've been around 40 years. We're a B Corp, so we give back in huge ways. I couldn't represent a brand I didn't believe in. We're vegan, plant-based, cruelty-free. So we don't test on animals. We don't use animal byproducts. In the US, we ban only about 12 chemicals in personal care products. And in Europe, they ban about 1,200. In Arbonne, we ban 2,000. So that was important to me. Whatever we put on our skin gets in our bloodstream and all of that. And that ties into our health. So, and then of course, the best product I think Arbonne has to offer is the business opportunity. And I love helping women build a business. It's an empowering culture, much like HAYVN. And, it's just a great segue into what I'm going to talk about now, which is 10 tips for staying healthy while we are all working from home. So I told you about this book, Miracle Morning. I want to tell you more about it and what exactly it recommends, because it really ties in everything we're talking about this morning. And I don't know if any of you have read it before, but some people might say, oh, mornings, like really, like, can I really? He says he can turn you into a morning person, even if you're not one, right? So, the great thing about having a morning routine is that you'll be more proactive. You'll anticipate problems and head them off at the pass. You'll plan like a pro, and you will have more energy. And all sorts of successful multi-millionaire entrepreneurs like Anthony Robbins both agree that the number one key to success is to start every morning off with a personal success ritual. So this book was first published in 2012, and the author said if you want to level up your life, this is what he wants to help you do. And, you have more gratitude, less worry, less anxiety when you kind of follow this. And it doesn't have to be an hour-long thing. So my number one tip is to do the Miracle Morning. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 10 minutes. He actually has a 6-minute version if you're really in a rush. So the first minute really is silence. And I don't know about you guys, but I wake up and grab my phone sometimes, right? And then you get sucked in, right? And we really should just take that minute for ourselves, for meditation, like, Samantha talked about, prayer, whatever it is for you. And then 2, looking at your affirmations and reading them out loud. I'm sure my son thinks I'm crazy, but I go into this quiet room where our piano is and I read mine out loud. And what I love that the author says in this book is that in addition to, just saying your affirmations, you've got to kind of hold yourself accountable. If your goal is to earn a certain amount of money in September, I will, make 20 calls a day to new prospects. And what are you going to do to make it happen? And I think once you tell yourself that, I've noticed that helps my productivity. 3 is visualization. You close your eyes. I don't know about you guys. I have a vision board right here on my wall, which, reminds me of what I'm working for. We all have moments, right, where there are challenges and you're like, focusing on that and how you're going to feel when you achieve that goal is great. And I'm laughing because I have to update mine. I have a picture of my son and me in these kind of like beach chairs in Hawaii, because when you become a national vice president with Arbonne, you get a free trip to Hawaii every year. So I've pasted our photos on there, and this year, well, COVID happened, things happened, but they are moving the trip. But that was a great goal for me, but it's still happening in the future. Okay, so number 4 is scribing. So having a gratitude journal, which I know we've talked about a little bit today, what you're grateful for. And I would love if you guys could drop in the chat one thing you are grateful for, because I would love to know. And I think it puts us all in a great mood, right? 5 is reading. Sometimes we think it's all or nothing, like, oh, I don't have half an hour to read, do personal development. But sometimes just picking up a book and reading a page or 2 sets your mind in the right place for the day. And then the 6th thing he talks about as part of the Miracle Morning is exercise. No surprise, right? And, Jessica did a great job with that. It could be jumping jacks for 60 seconds if that's all the time you have, or, a workout, whatever works for your schedule. But my number 2 tip is making exercise non-negotiable, right? I find personally, if I don't do it in the morning, it never happens. I don't know about you guys, right? It's like, all right, I'll do it after that 12 o'clock call. Oh, now I'm hungry. I've got to eat. Wait, now I'll do it after 3. Wait, now my son needs to go here. And then pretty soon it's the end of the day and you're tired, right? And so I just think it's fabulous to do it first. One study showed that workday exercise not only improves well-being, but participants noted a 72% improvement in time management and workload completed on days when they exercised. That's pretty powerful, right? Oh, grateful for HAYVN. Sorry, I'm seeing, well, of course, we're all grateful for HAYVN, yes. Oh, yes, I love the energy in this group. This is our miracle morning today, right? So when you exercise first, though, you know, it really helps you make healthier food choices during the day, increased alertness, more overall energy, better focus, better mood, and you'll sleep better. And some studies actually show that if you exercise in the morning, you sleep better at night as opposed to exercising at night. So I think, you know, I've definitely seen that for sure. Okay, so my number 3 tip is find a workspace away from the fridge. Okay, because maybe we all started out, you know, on the kitchen table in the spring, or a rough few months, right, guys? And you know, you ended up like, oh my gosh, I've been eating all day, and you're kind of confused when you ate, what you ate. You know, it was funny when my son actually observed that every time I came down to the kitchen, I ended up eating something, and I got distracted by things. And I said, wow, from the mouths of babes, right? Like, he's observing me. So I think, you know, it's just too tempting, right? We can end up emotionally eating. So you want to have a workspace that's peaceful, that's clean. You know, I know it's hard. We all busy schedules, but sometimes I clean up when I'm on a call, right? You're maybe just listening and you don't have to speak. And also essential oils are huge. I have a diffuser behind me, and I have a diffuser in my kitchen and all that has lemon essential oil. I love this one. It's an Arbonne one called Focus. And you can, sometimes I just like sniff it like this. I know that looks a little crazy, but you know, you can also rub a little on your palms and put it on your, you know, temples. This one has basil, rosemary, peppermint, frankincense, bergamot, and lemon. And it really, I don't know, it just perks me up. So I think whatever works for you, you want to have in your office. So it's kind of like a protected space, right? Does that make sense? And, you know, sometimes protected space means you have to put a sign on the door if you have children, right? I had to do that a few times. Okay, so the next thing, somebody touched on this, I think it was Samantha, about drinking enough water, guys. Number 4, do what works for you, right? For me, this is my latest obsession. I want to show you, having water with mint and lemon. And I also recommend these Hydromates. Maybe some of you have them, that counts you down, because I kind of lost track of how much water I was having, and I'm having other drinks over the course of the day. So this will tell you, okay, 8 a.m., let's go, keep going, getting close, you made it, and then you refill. So it's 64 ounces total. And my son is pretty famous for being a camel and not drinking enough water. I got him one with like a baseball logo, and that's the only way we can kind of, you know, incentivize him to drink. So these are really great. Obviously, you guys have probably heard this before, that it's recommended you drink 8-ounce glasses of water, which is really 2 liters or half a gallon. And I like that rule because it's easy. It's like the 8x8 rule. And, you know, many people, and studies show this, say that if you don't stay hydrated throughout the day, your energy levels and brain function start to suffer. And who has had that happen before? And, you know, we don't realize what's going on sometimes, but it's really that we need more water. Okay. 5, stick to an eating schedule. So setting meal times ahead of time, right? Like maybe in your calendar for the day. I love an app that I use on my phone called MyFitnessPal, where you can kind of keep a food diary, because I eat pretty healthy, but when you're not keeping track, it was kind of like, I didn't realize I was having way too many carbs or way too much fat, or until you break it down, and it's super easy. Almost everything is in there, and I love that. The plan we have with Arbonne is called our Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living, and it's a lifestyle change, not a diet. So we don't really count calories, but we do eat healthy. And our shakes are This is what they look like. They're 20 grams of vegan protein. So they're rice, cranberry, and pea protein. And I'm curious, how many people have seen that documentary, Game Changers? Has anybody seen that on Netflix? Come on, I know everyone watched a lot of documentaries. Oh, cute, I'm looking, I've just seen the comments. Cucumber, mint, and lemon, that's great. Hydromates, they have a website, Felicia. Maybe Britton can find it. You've heard about it. Oh, thank you, Britton. She's so great. All right. Game Changers is a fabulous movie about plant-based diets and how they affect the body and have helped athletes. It is fascinating. I am admittedly not totally plant-based. I did do it for a few months, but I eat a lot of plant-based, food. And the difference really is incredible for people. One warning, don't watch Game Changers with your children unless you're ready to fast forward to a certain part where they talk about the effects of a plant-based diet on certain kind of performance. So that's just a little parental warning that no one gave me. So anyway, but it is really, really fascinating. Okay, number 7, give yourself healthy drink rewards. Okay, when I say that, I don't mean margarita or whatever in the middle of the day. There's a reason that 5 Hour Energy markets their product with, are you hitting that 2 p.m. slump, right? Are you tired? Because that can happen to a lot of us. And you don't want to start eating sweets and just grabbing something on the go in between Zoom calls, right? So one of the things I love to have, and I made this one a little while ago, is our energy fizz drinks. So they have chromium, they have guarana, which is a healthy form of caffeine. It's the equivalent of a 1/4 cup of coffee. This one, the ice has melted a little bit, but it is pomegranate. It was a pomegranate slushy. I had a lot of ice with basil, and it is so good and refreshing. And they're like almost no calories. Okay. So it's great because it's water, it's refreshing. It gives you an energy boost. And I don't know about you guys, but I work well with like deadlines and goals. So I'll say, all right, I'm going to get this, and this done on my list. And at 2 p.m., I'm going to have my afternoon fizzy drink. So this is a great one. We have a lot of mocktail recipes that I can certainly post to, like a fojito, all different watermelon smoothies you can make with them. They're a little packet you can just keep in your purse or wherever you are working. We have citrus flavor, pomegranate, and strawberry. So those are great. And often I'll try to go outside and maybe read a document or an email I have to do while I'm drinking my fizzy reward, because the fresh air makes all the difference and it kind of helps your mind reset. Okay. Number 8. This goes hand in hand with your healthy drinks, keeping healthy treats on hand. My only regret with these is that I cannot hand them to you, but I know some of you have had these at Haven. Felicia's nodding. My son started eating the entire supply last night. I was like, whoa, I need some for this presentation. Okay. These are chocolate chip cookie dough bites, and they are made with our vegan shake mix. Vanilla is what I use for this. Almond butter, agave syrup. I use the same oats that Carolyn does, and I use gluten-free. And so basically you mix those ingredients together, put it in the fridge, and then add some vegan chips when it's cooled a little bit. And I actually sometimes keep these in the freezer, like if I'm gonna put them in a container to go to a baseball game or something. So they're nice and cold, and they are so good. I know some of you have had them. The only warning is that they are addictive. So maybe you kind of ration off how many you can have a day, but they are really, really good. And, it's better than choosing, I used to eat those bars you could buy, and then I realized everything that was in them, right? These taste so much better. You can make them in bar form as well. So also I found prepping, veggies and fruit and things like that ahead of time, it is important, right? And so, I will prep some of that stuff for my son also. And, just having those things on hand, like maybe peppers, carrots, cucumbers, ready with just, you know, even those travel size hummus. If you've got to run back to your desk and you want a healthy snack, that's a great one, or a green apple, right? Okay. Number 9, move throughout the day. I found, especially in March and April, we were sitting. I don't know about you guys, are just sitting for so long. Like I was having all sorts of issues. I'm like, wait a minute, this is my back just from sitting so much. So what I try to do is, you know, every 45 minutes at least, you know, obviously you can get up and stretch every half an hour in your office, but every, I would say, hour or so, I will do something like go downstairs, kind of step on the patio and stretch. Or I love the app. I don't know if any of you have it, called the 7-minute workout. It's just really quick. In 7 minutes, you know, I go to this little workout room we have, I do it, you can do it outside, you feel energized, you feel great, and then you can go back to your desk. I don't know, do any of you have a standing desk? I actually got one that I haven't put together yet during that time, because I have also heard that that's great also. And obviously stepping away helps your body, but it also helps your eyes. You know what I mean? Like you can get eye strain from staring at the computer and staring at your phone so much. And so we really have to be careful about that. And then number 10, have a shut off time. Okay. I am a self-proclaimed workaholic, so I understand, and I am the queen of, you know, I used to push the envelope and stay up late thinking, oh, I got to get this done and that done. And when you really think about it, guys, we're not that productive at night sometimes, right? Unless you're that night owl. And that brings me to my next point. Know yourself, know your circadian rhythm, listen to your body. Because I realized I was much more productive if I went to bed earlier and got up earlier, right? And started my day, and I had a much more productive hour or two before calls started than I did, you know, trying to stay awake and getting things done. So I think that's really important. Obviously, sleep is huge, and recharging. That's when our cells are rejuvenating. And I will tell you, as someone who, you know, Arbonne also offers amazing anti-aging skincare, sleep is one. You know, people think it's a lot of skincare and aging is genetic. It's not. That's actually only 10%. It's all other factors: stress, smoking, diet, sleep. So sleep is important for all of that. So the last thing I just want to say is love yourself, be kind to yourself, do these things I mentioned, plus all the things we talked about today. I think they will make you not just healthier and wealthier, but more of a positive force in our world. And what I love about HAYVN is that we bring so many positive people together who care about other people and care about making an impact. And we can't do that until we take care of ourselves first. So I hope those tips helped everybody. Anybody have any questions for me before we move on? Felicia just ordered the Hydromate. That's good. You'll love it. Yep.
And I'll add this link in, but if anyone wants to like get those recipes, is it just the Arbonne link is the best one?
I can post the recipes, definitely. And yes, if you're interested in the Arbonne 30 Days of Healthy Living, you're supported in a Facebook group. I check in with you. It's a great plan because you're in it with other people, and it's doable. It's made for busy people who need some tools and help along the way. And it becomes a lifestyle. It's not a fad diet and then you switch after 30 days back to something else. A lot of people do like 80-20 afterwards. So yeah, I will definitely post those. All right. Okay. So we are going to move on now to Maria Allen of Be Brilliant. Maria will be sharing a guided meditation for self-acceptance and receiving nourishment for the mind and soul. By giving ourselves permission to slow down, feel the gift in our breath and our out breath, and sit in the knowledge that we are alive, we can make space for the more nourishing thoughts and attitudes that also work to physically heal and strengthen us. Through her work at Be Brilliant, and that's B-E-E, Brilliant, she offers massage therapy, craniosacral therapy, stretching, slow movement therapy based on yoga and guided meditation. You can learn more about her offerings at her website, which will be coming in the near future, realandpowerful.com. I love that. Feel free to contact Maria at brilliant, B-E-E, brilliant.com. And if you have any questions about her services or book an appointment. Take it away, Maria.
Thank you so much. Can everybody hear me? Okay, awesome, awesome. Hi, everyone. This is such a beautiful day. My name is Maria Allen, and today I'm here to guide you through a relaxing, rejuvenating, integrating guided meditation. What I do in my practice, I am a massage therapist. I also do craniosacral therapy for my clients, which is a light touch form of therapy. I lead people through slow movement yoga, which is basically, it's based on yoga postures, but I talk with you about where your achy spots are, or maybe an injured spot, and then I hone in on that, and together we create a movement practice that gets you into your body and also calms the nervous system down tremendously, because as we slow down, it gives our bodies the opportunity to heal itself, because our bodies really do know how to heal. It's just that we get so busy and run down and overworked that our bodies don't have the resources to do its own healing. So with these slower practices like massage therapy, craniosacral, meditation, slow movement, yoga, it gives the body a chance to say, hey, I know what to do, just let me heal. So today we're going to do a guided meditation to integrate all the wonderful things that you've learned today. The ladies that presented before me, bravo. Everybody had something so unique and powerful to share. And we're all here to feel better and to live our best lives. And I want to start with a quote from Eckhart Tolle. And I really would like to invite you to close your eyes and find a comfortable seat. If you even want to hop on the floor, do so. Or if you want to lie down, you can do so too, because really you don't have to watch me as I guide you through this today. So the quote by Eckhart Tolle, he says, stress is caused by being here, but wanting to be there. So stress is caused by being here, but wanting to be there. Let's take a moment to just think about that. It's a simple sentence, but let's unpack it. It's loaded. And I'm just wondering if you ever had that feeling where you wish you were somewhere else, or you wish your body looked a different way, or you wish the world was different, or you wish it was time for vacation, or you wish you had a promotion, or you wish that relationship that you're in would feel better. So this wishing, it's one thing to have a goal and to set goals, super healthy, like we were talking about earlier this morning, but wishing into the future or regretting the past takes you away from the present moment. So what we thought of that were like healthy goals that we were creating ends up creating a whole lot of anxiety and guilt, remorse, judgment, things like that. So stress is caused by being here, but wanting to be there. So the purpose of this guided meditation is to bring us here, really here, and to accept the moment and be in the moment and accept who we are right now. And accepting the moment and who we are isn't saying that we want to not have goals and just, status quo. But in order to change, to truly change and give our bodies the opportunity to help us and our minds the space to create new ideas that we never had before, it's really important to be right here, right now, and allow the spaciousness of right here to create this natural change. So I want to talk a little bit about action and stillness. I mean, everything we did today was so active and beautiful. And our bodies are made to move. Our minds are made to create. Having all this movement and creation is so much fun. And that's part of life, like the balance of work and play, the balance of really being really busy, but then what about the stillness part? I really see our society as being a very active society, which to a degree is so important and necessary. We produce, we create, we talk, like I'm talking right now. Some of this, sometimes I think all this doing can be around a sense of we're not enough. We're not enough. Life isn't enough. As opposed to having the courage to get still, literally seated and quiet, we become more receptive and we start to listen in and receive versus this outward living active. The balance of that is the receptive listening and receiving. And this is where the body has a chance to integrate and the mind has a chance to integrate. I love what Samantha had to say about taking time out in this time of season of gathering. So I like to think of gathering as integrating. And one way that we can do this is to gather our breath, integrate with our breath, and get still and listen in to the simple and beautiful inflow and outflow of our very breath. And that is the exercise I want to do with you today, to do this natural integration. Just as our bodies know how to digest food, we eat and then it digests. We don't digest it. You know, we don't force it to digest. It does that for us. And like talking with food, the wonderful cooking class we had, some things need to sit, marinate, integrate, the flavors come together. We're not doing anything. Yes, we put the ingredients together, we took action there, but then the real good stuff happens when we let it go and let everything integrate. And same with the workouts that we did this morning. We took a 10-second break to gather our breath and to integrate so we could be active again. So thinking about stillness as equally as valuable as action. If you haven't already closed your eyes, I invite you to do so. If you want to lie down, I invite you to do so, or find a comfortable seat. And allow your eyes to close. And just take a moment right now to check in with your body. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And this time, when you take a deep breath in, let's count 4 beats and then exhale 4 beats. So in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, in 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a moment to listen in. Feel your breath as your belly rises with the inhale and falls with the exhale. To make this a little bit more of an experience that you can feel, I want you to rub your hands together and feel the palms of your hands, your soft skin, maybe some parts of your skin that aren't so soft from all our hand washing and the busy work that we do gardening and cooking and just being alive. And if it's available to you, if your hands are clean and you don't mind touching your face, go ahead and put your hands on your cheeks ever so gently, just barely touching, but touching. I know I love this when my husband does this to me. It's such a gesture of love and being seen. And in this moment, give yourself that gift. You're being seen by you. And take a deep breath into your cheeks, curling up the sides of your mouth into a smile as you exhale. And you can exhale out of your mouth or your nose, whichever's comfortable. And another deep breath in. And exhale, relaxing the jaw, separating the mouth. And actually you can drag your fingertips down the sides of your cheeks and your jaw, relaxing your jaw. Excellent. Now go ahead and put your hands on your neck. You can use either the same hand on the same side, or you can crisscross, whichever feels comfortable. And give your neck a little massage, a little squeeze. Hi, neck. Thank you for holding up my head. And take a deep breath into your neck as if there were 2 lungs, one on each side of your neck. Feeling the expansiveness, making space, taking in a little bit more air than maybe you did an hour ago. And exhale. And another breath into your neck. And exhale. Now let's crisscross our hands so that we're touching our shoulders. Giving your shoulders a little squeeze. And this one we're going to do a contract release. And notice the difference. And what I mean by that is we're going to squeeze our shoulders up to our ears. And then on the exhale, they're going to drop away from our ears. So go ahead and take an inhale, and inhale, and inhale, and inhale, and inhale, and squeeze, and even squeeze your face. And then exhale it. Big sigh. Letting go. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, 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 inhaling. And just when you think you can't, inhale a little bit more, scrunching up the face, and exhale. Woo! You might want to do a little bit of a neck movement, little circles, loosening up, creating more room for expression, opening up the vocal cords. You can even sigh on this 3rd time out loud, like if that works for you where you are, let it out. So 1 more time, deep inhale, 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 shoulders to ears, scrunch the face, and exhale. Good. Shaking out the hands, rubbing the hands together again. And let's place 1 hand on the heart and 1 hand on the belly. You might feel your heart thumping a little bit more from that shrugging and releasing. Let's just take the last few moments here to integrate the morning that we spent together. Taking a deep breath into your nose and exhaling either out of your nose or mouth. Think about a couple of things or one thing that stood out for you today that you would like to incorporate lovingly and with compassion, taking action in a way that creates space for creativity and discovery, being curious. And on your next inhale, I would invite you to think of a person or an animal or a plant or yourself, something that you feel grateful for. And I want you to picture that person or thing in your mind. Go ahead and keep breathing at your own pace. And let's visualize together that person, animal, or thing that we feel so grateful for. Do you have it in your mind's eye? And I invite you to send them a gift. Oftentimes we think of gifts as being physical, that we have to go out on Amazon or go shopping and hand them something physical. But there are energetic gifts that people can feel. It's very real. And the gift is given, but it is also received by you. Because in giving, we receive. So I'd like you to think of a loving, kind thought or a wish for that person or animal or plant or yourself, or even the country that we live in, if you'd like to do that. And let's take a few breaths in complete stillness together right now, sending gratitude out. And when you inhale, receive love back in. Beautiful. I feel it. We're connected, all of us. And as we have nourishing thoughts and accept ourselves with love and compassion, we give that energy out into the world, and it makes a difference. Our time together this morning has created such a positive shift in ourselves, which will affect the people that we live with and the people we come in contact with today. And it's a domino effect, because those people will take the energy we gave them and pass it on to their people. And that's how it works. Starting with stillness, grace, and gratitude. And when you're ready, you can slowly flutter your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me in this guided meditation. And I am just so grateful to be here. And I'm grateful that we could all gather together this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria. That was amazing.
You're welcome.
It was fabulous, Maria, and I don't know if we have any questions, but what a great way to end this morning, everybody. I mean, I don't know about you, but want to take on the world, right? And but you also have this sense of calm, so I like the both, right? So I think if we can bottle this up every day, maybe it's the miracle morning or whatever it is for you that works. Thank you so much to all of the amazing speakers who poured into us this morning. I mean, it just goes to show once again what a special place, not just a physical place, but virtual community HAYVN is. And thank you, Felicia, for pulling this together.